David, hello. Please give an introduction
Hello, man.
about yourself.
Hey, how's it going? My name's David. I'm a mechanical computer-aided drafting design specialist.
Hmm.
I have experience in the steel transmission line, um, the steel fabrication industry mostly. Um, I've built lockers uh, with wood milling CNC machines. Uh, I've done concrete boxes that go underneath roadways and such. I've experienced a whole different ton of industries. Uh, and right now, currently, I'm working with a few clients that I've gotten through client acquisition.
Hmm.
Um, Currently making around 4K using that system right now. Uh, One client, you know, I'm making snubbing drilling units, and then another client, I'm making a Department of Transportation cantilever signs.
Hmm. Okay, and that all sounds very hands-on. So, what actually brought you to the real world? Because I'd imagine in the promotion material that is out there, you'd see, it's usually online, everything that's
Yeah,
taught. So, yeah, what actually made you decide to maybe try it out?
so it was actually a gentleman named Justin Waller. Like
Mm-hmm.
I haven't met him or anything. I was just seeing his content on YouTube, and it kind of just a few things he said kind of hit hard, and then I started scrolling on some YouTube shorts and everything, and I think at one point I was pretty skeptical about it, and I was like, like $50, blah, that's not something I kind of want to waste money on.
Hmm.
And then it was actually your content that sealed the deal for me. It was one of your interviews that you did, and then it was AI, the guy doing marketing spaces or something like that. I wish I could remember the exact interview, but it was him talking about if you're not in an entrepreneurial mindset, then if you losing $50, that should mean nothing to you, and that should become that's a $50 lesson you've just learned right there.
Hmm. Wow,
So in that case, you are actually kind of directly responsible.
that's awesome. Glad to hear that the content's having an impact on people. And here we are now. Just how long has it been since you've joined?
30, about a little bit longer than 30 days, maybe
30 days.
45.
Okay, so just over a month, and here you are
Mm-hmm.
yourself on the interview. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and you said you made 4,000 thanks to the client acquisition campus. How did it actually help you acquire the clients then?
So, yeah, phase one of the course was all about social media presence and kind of just building that up. That has been pretty slow for me. I banned myself from social media, gosh, half a decade ago. I don't use Facebook. I don't use Twitter. I don't do any of that. Um, I was always found that leaving those types of social media sites just left me drained and left me unenergized, and I was not happy about it. So why keep doing something that's going to make you unhappy?
Hmm. Okay, and then how did going back to the social medias? How did that help you acquire clients? And what was the process for acquiring them?
Oh, so that was phase one, was doing all the social media interaction and everything. Phase two of the course was all about um, just getting and utilizing the social media aspect of, hey, this is you're putting yourself out there. This is the outreach you have done, and your sort of niche, your brand that you're kind of into your industry, and then this is how to reach out within that. You don't really need to be an expert. You don't really need to do much of anything. Just work harder than everybody else, and that's you show up in the real world every single day. You just be a beacon of positivity to those around you. You don't be negative. You're gonna want to be, but um, it's about it's just best if you remain positive and then limit the negative interaction of the negative people in your life.
Hmm. Okay, let's see. Now, a few paths we can take here. I would like to know, where was your life heading then before you joined the real world? What were your plans and have they changed since?
So for me, it wasn't really about the money or anything. I've already lived quite a few different lifestyles myself, and I just not never found any of them fulfilling. Um, so, and with enjoying the real world, it just opens your eyes to a new possibility. It's, putting in the hard work that no one else is willing to. So, okay, then in that case, if you follow the simple steps that they lay out within the client acquisition campus, it is inevitable to be successful. I
Hmm.
mean, you're just showing up every day, and then if it doesn't work, okay, fine, you change this minor tweak, you show up the next day, and if that doesn't work, then you do the same thing, and you just keep repeating the process until you get better.
Right. Okay. And then the clients that you did land through doing that, what are you actually offering them? And what was the process for cementing that deal?
So right now, I'm currently working on. I just received one client through client acquisition right now, and here recently, this guy gave me a project and says like, "Look, man, let's take a week and see how you do with this. It's not needed within a week. Don't stress yourself. Don't do anything." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure," you know. And it turned out to be a pretty giant project and a lot more than I was ready for. And it included a scope I had not been in before. So it's just taking a lot more of the detail oriented work to ensure that I'm not putting out junk designs and stuff like that. That there's no back and forth. There's no need for revisions. The first time I give it to him, it's going to be good.
Mhm. Okay, got it. And that was what you charged 4,000 for, then, right?
So currently, they're actually just contracting my time at the moment. Um, I went through a contracting agency at first. So my first client doing the drilling and snubbing units for frac pumps, they actually got me through an agency. They're contracting me for my time at the moment, allowing me to be a bit more flexible and keep on taking new clients as
Mhm.
I continue to work with them.
Okay. So okay, just a breakdown of the 4K then. Where did that come from? As in, how much did you get from that client and the remainder from where as well?
So it was actually all from just that one
Okay,
client
okay,
to be
got it.
fair. Yeah.
Cool. Now,
And right now I'm working on within
yep,
I got three clients, two testimonials going on at the moment, and then I actually got another lunch call lined up for today.
nice, got it. Okay, and how different is your average day looking now compared to before you joined the real world? Are there differences?
Yes, night and day differences. Before I joined the real world, I would wake up, uh, take a shower, go to work, come home. Uh, really just struggle to be productive throughout my day, struggle to figure out and find direction. Like I had, at some point, I even think I bought some chess courses off of Chessable and started getting into chess because that was an avenue I saw that I could actually increase my mind and develop some sort of lasting impact that I could use to use in the future. And then through all of that, that's when I started watching YouTube shorts and everything and that's how I discovered the real world.
Hmm.
Now that I've joined the real world, um, my schedule is a lot more flexible. Um, I get up a lot earlier. I go to bed really about the same time. I schedule my day with tasks throughout the day, so that way I don't lose production throughout my day. Um, Let me think here. Yeah, man. So far, that's about as far as I've gotten with the course.
Super solid. Okay, so have a very good routine going now. How have you noticed that impacting your life then, having this kind of routine?
So being the beacon of positivity along with all of this, the biggest notice and change I've seen is that being positive and just showing up, doing the right thing, it all has consequences. You know, doing the small things, making sure people feel cared for, that you actually do care for, and just treat people the right way. And going through these TRW courses, once you start realizing, oh, look, like real recognizes real. So when you're sitting there and so when you're having a conversation with somebody and they're like, oh, well, I was trying to do this, I was trying to do that. You can come back and say, well, yeah, man, but like, okay, cool, you're trying that, but what are you actually doing about it? What actionable steps are you taking and putting in your life that are turning your life into a different direction and more positive direction for you and everyone around you?
Hmm.
And most of them can't. They're like, ah, yeah, blah blah blah. They don't really. They kind of beat around the bush when you start directing them and asking that sort of question.
And what you
And
said
that's it.
earlier,
Now the end.
yeah, the
I'm sorry.
your
Go ahead.
mind shapes your reality. So how
Yes.
you
Yes,
choose
sir.
to perceive everything around you is kind of, in a way, more of what you'll attract to you. At least that's what I believe. And just again, how you perceive it's all okay. Okay, I need to reframe this. So there's no true good and bad out in the world. It's just your perception of it. So let's say something happens where it's raining, so you think it's such a shit day because it's raining and blah blah blah. But you can't just think of it as there's been a lot of sun recently. Now we get to experience some rain. Maybe I'll go outside for a bit, just feel it on me, and just be glad for it. And your days will be so much better when you reframe it that way instead of thinking of things as a negative. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. And to add to that, the opportunity to get to do things. I'm
Mhm,
not sure there was an AMA I watched with inside the campus or a daily lesson. It's just, but you change the whole. I Instead of saying I have to do something, I have to go to work. I have to get up. I have to go feed my dog. I have to do the chores. It's more like I get to,
mhm,
and that right there is such a powerful and
for sure.
just a powerful uh,
Yeah.
thing that you get to say. It's like I get to do that, regardless if it's good or bad or how I feel about it. Like I get to do it.
Mhm.
I exist. I'm here.
Right. Completely agreed. And that is something I implemented a while ago. And I guess now things have been a lot better since. So can attest to it. Okay. Then what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you're actually starting out in the real world? Even though it's only been about 40 days, 45. When you
So
implemented the
as I say,
lessons, yeah, what were your biggest challenges?
my biggest challenges right now is just remaining a beacon of positivity because and just doing the right things because they're right to do. Um, the and you're gonna feel some way about it. You're gonna have some roommate that you're cleaning up after because he won't clean up after himself. All he wants to do is go to work and drink beer and come back and watch sports. Like, oh, okay, well, awesome, man. I've been doing my best here to keep this place clean. What are you doing here? And just kind of running a social experiment and everything, kind of seeing who does what and how much responsibility they will be willing to take care of for themselves, and then surrounding myself with people that take the same amount of responsibility that I do has been the hardest goal for me.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. And since things are heading in such a positive direction for you, where do you see your life heading in the short term, medium term, and long term?
So in the short term, um, as you know, I just got the certified freelancer ti- uh, title
Hmm.
earned within the real world. What I actually kind of want to do, and I definitely want to get all of my info lined together and come up with what I feel is a good way to do this, but start teaching some of these freelancers inside of the real world, hiring them as, with no experience required. So, you know, um, and then start building up my team and doing things that way. And age doesn't matter to me, that might get some of these kids off playing Minecraft or doing some of these games instead of, okay, cool. Well, you want to craft in a game? Awesome. I can give you a program that you can build literally anything in the world with, and I'll provide training to do so.
Hmm.
Medium term, uh, ideally, I'm looking to start getting into the contracts bidding jobs. Uh, there's a little bit of secret sauce I'm about to drop, and it's sort of like taking a loan to value out of a contract that you've just bid, and that's some like that was also, I believe, some of Justin's Waller's content there, pulling value out of uh, contracts and real estate deals that you can then ask the bank for a loan on. So that's in the medium term. I'm getting all my stuff lined up there, and in the long term, with which I see to be about 3 to 5 years, which would be ideally, I want to start a group home for young men and older men. It doesn't really matter, just men in general that can use these real world resources, and then I can use these real world my income I make from the real world and everything I do to fund a men's home and within various states to using the real world as a tool to help them succeed.
Hmm. Very interesting. Okay. Will be fascinating to see how that plays out in future. All of those things. It does, as you say, you want to be a shining beacon of hope for people and the light, positivity. So
Hmm.
that's very noble goals. Okay, towards that trajectory. Now, since you said you found out about the real world through Justin Waller, have you actually watched much of Tate's content, or do you not watch as much?
So I do actually watch a little bit of Andrew Tate. Yes. He's definitely if Justin Waller in the real world's popped up on my feed, then definitely Andrew
Mhm.
Tate has.
Sure.
Um, I'm not gonna say I understand or have researched his content very well. I will say that I haven't listening to the guy talk. He has a lot of real lessons that, oh, okay, yeah, I don't really care for the way that information was
Mhm.
presented, but like, let's take that aside. What's the content and what can I use that he said to better my life? Oh, that actually works. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take that and
Mhm.
I'll take it and I'll run with that as best as possible.
Right.
Looking for any positive advice and taking the best from everyone and then combining it together into one belief is kind of what I'm going for at the moment.
That's very solid for sure. But it is interesting to hear that you relate more to Justin Waller and prefer just consuming content from him. And that's completely fine, but it just makes me think that I guess different people are attracted to other different kinds of people.
Hmm.
I don't know. I
Right.
mean,
Actually,
it
so
seems
yeah, he was just
simple, but
talking
yeah.
about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
swinging steel, hanging steel, and stuff in
Exactly.
his videos, and I'm saying like, dude, I do that.
Yeah.
Hold on, time out. Like, what?
Mhm.
You talking about swinging steel, bro? Hold on a second. Like, I have some experience there. What can I do?
Mhm.
Like, can I make a name for myself doing something similar? Yeah, I think another piece of his content, he said in 6 to 8 weeks, if you were dropped off butt naked, in 6 to 8 weeks, you could build yourself back up and you actually understand what that means and you're willing to put the hard work in to do so, you can make business out of anywhere and out
Mhm.
of thin air.
Right. Okay, love that. And I'm happy to wrap up with a final question then. So, for people who are unsure about joining the real world because they think it could be a scam, what advice would you have to them?
Get in contact with me. I'm a real person. Contact me on Twitter. Tell me your story and how and what steps you are taking to better yourself, and I will pay your first month if I think that you are taking the appropriate steps and trying to better yourself. I'll tell you right now that I have $200 in my account. I'm not affiliated with the Real World in any way. I'm not receiving payment from them. I'm just that confident in myself that I can be successful and help others be successful that also want to help themselves.
Wow, that's quite a big statement. Saying being that passionate about something that you'll actually pay for someone else to join it.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
I'll pay their first month. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, right, right, exactly. So I appreciate that. Even though, again, I'm not technically directly affiliated either, it's still super cool to hear because for me, it's spreading. the their message and the positivity it has on people's lives to the world. In that case, that's how you found out about it. Now it's coming full circle, and you're saying you'll pay for someone else's entry fee because of the positive impact it's had on you. So it's just super cool to see how everything is playing out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is, and you finally start to understand like how big of a network and what the real world can actually do for you if you just sit and apply yourself and be the beacon of positivity that you know you actually can be.
Hmm. And for people who want to contact you then or find out more about you, where can they do so?
I have a LinkedIn. Uh, my name is David Cash, and then a Twitter at CPTN KEYS Captain Keys. Um, I'm I am on there quite a lot.
Hmm.
I'm frequent. Uh, let's get in touch.
Okay. We'll add those to the description of the video. And yeah, David, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. And I look forward to doing a follow up with you in future to see how everything is progressing. So until then, wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, and you have a powerful day, brother.